party house was solely occupied by two students who, like Richie, were yet to return home for the summer, an athletic-looking young man who introduced himself as Callum, and a girl, Georgina, with porcelain features, large aquamarine eyes and pink hair. Recalling Richie's description of the girl he'd seen with Brandon, Robyn was immediately on alert, watching carefully for any signs the girl might be lying. "Sure, I remember Brandon. We got on really well. He was fun," Georgina said, her soft West Country dialect causing her to drop her H's and roll her R's. "We're trying to account for his movements on Saturday night. Did you see him then?" "Yes, we went to a pop-up rave." "Where did it take place?" "At an empty warehouse. It used to be a toy factory. It's on Ivy House Road, close to the cricket club." Robyn had an idea where the girl meant. There were various business premises in that area. "And when did you last see him?" A frown pulled her thin eyebrows together. "Not certain. About midnight. Things happened fast. One minute we were both having a great time, then the next he changed." She held up her hands. "I don't know what happened. He got his hands on some free drugs, some candy or molly or some shit, took too many and became... Well, I didn't want to hang with him anymore. We argued and he stormed off to the dance floor with a group of girls, and I left him to it." "In what ways did he change?" asked Robyn, aware of Tom next to her, rigid with anxiety. "He was off his head. Not at all like he was on Friday night. I thought we had a thing going on, but I was wrong." "I'm sorry to ask, but did you and Brandon have sex?" asked Robyn. The girl shook her head. "No way. A few people stayed over. We were drinking and playing games on the PlayStation. The party spilled over into the next day, and a few people hung around until mid-afternoon. They left before we buzzed off to the rave. I left the rave before him. After he pissed off and left me, there was no point staying on my own, and besides, I was pretty tired by then." "Can you describe any of the girls he was dancing with?" "Only Tia. She came to our party." She screwed up her face in concentration. "Shorter than me, skinny, with a bird tattoo on her neck, and a stud in her tongue." "Who invited her?" asked Robyn. "Not me," said Georgina. "Callum?" The boy, who'd been sitting quietly, turned velvet eyes to her. "Never seen her before. I thought she was one of your friends." "No, she thrust a bottle of vodka at me and said thanks for the invite. I figured she was one of yours." Robyn interrupted the exchange. "Callum, do you remember her?" Yeah. She chatted to me for a while about going to Ayia Napa to party the summer away. I didn't keep tabs on her, though. Didn't see her after that." Georgina cocked her head before saying, "I spoke to her outside the toilet. She told me about the rave. I gave her my number to text me the address." A prickling began at the base of Robyn's neck. They were on to something. "I suppose Brandon could be with her," Georgina continued. "She asked me his name and said he was cute. I jokingly told her to keep her hands off, and she laughed it off, said he was too young for her. Maybe she changed her mind." "Callum, did you go?" "No, I work at a bar Saturday evenings. I gave it a swerve." Tom found his voice. "Georgina, you invited Brandon to the pop-up, right?" "Actually, Tia suggested it. She WhatsApped me the address about 4 in the afternoon, saying it would start at 9 and that we should both go. I think she assumed we were an item. I told Brandon, and he was definitely up for it. He nipped back to his place to shower and change, and then came back here, and we went together." Tom cleared his throat. "Have you still got her message?" Yes, I think so." She flicked through her phone and found it. Robyn took down the phone number the message had come from and the address where the rave had been held, then headed outside to ring Anna. "Okay, we've got a number for you to locate and a name, Tia, but no surname. We urgently need an address for her and any information you can find on her. Also, can you grab hold of CCTV around the vicinity of Ivy House Road? There are several warehouses there. I'm interested in only one, the old toy factory. I'll send details across to you now." Tom had appeared and ran a hand across his chin, his stubble bristling against his strong fingers. "What now?" "A coffee break. There's a cafe a couple of streets away. We can't do much more at the moment until we find out about Tia, so we may as well get a sandwich to help us through the rest of the day." Pain shot through her back, forcing her to double over and making her gasp in surprise. "You okay?" "Shit, I've been so wrapped up in Brandon I forgot you took a nasty tumble. I shouldn't have put this on you." She put a hand on his arm, felt the steely biceps beneath his shirt sleeve. "I'm fine. I'm not leaving you to do this alone." His eyes locked onto hers, mesmerising her with their intensity, and then her phone rang and the moment passed. "Hey, Ross. Where are you?" "About to go to Henry's Cafe on Albert Road." "I'll meet you there in 10 minutes. The phone went dead and she stared at the blank screen for a moment. Ross had been strangely curt. "He's going to meet up with us. He didn't say anything else?" She shook her head. "Then it must be serious if he didn't say anything over the phone." "No, don't jump to conclusions." Even as she said it, she knew he was right. She just hoped it wasn't going to be very bad news. Please join me again tomorrow, Chapter 6, in the finale of Robyn Carter. See you then.